So last class we just suggested, we started off with K-maps, and in fact we completed a two variable K-map in the last class, and then we did a three variable map also. Now let's do a very simple example for a three variable map. Now this is how a three variable K-map is. Again, I am just going to repeat why it is a three variable map, because we are having variables x, y and z. Along the row wise, x can have values 0 and 1, hence it is 0 and 1. Along the column wise, y, z can have values 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1. But the sequence in which we write, we always make sure that the change between the adjacent cells follow a grayscale rule, meaning that only one variable changes its value. So here if you see, first is 0, 0, which means that y is 0 and z is 0. The next cell will have 0, 1, meaning only z has changed from 0 to 1. The next cell will have value, next column will have value not 1, 0, because if it is 1, 0, then 0 has changed to 1 and 1 has changed to 0. So there are two variables are changing its values. So we should not allow that. So hence the next cell, if you look, it is 1, 1 instead of 1, 0, because only if it is 1, 1, then now x has changed from 0 to 1 and y is remaining as it is here. And similarly, after 1, 1, it is 1, 0, because only y, z has changed its value from 1 to 0. Okay, so this is how we make a K-map. Now, after making this K-map now, let us assume that these are the entries of your K-map. What do you mean by the entries here is, that is the min term M0 here. First, let us write the min terms. This is M0 min term, M1 min term. Please note this is M2 here, M3 min term. If you don't understand why M3, because you suffix the values of x, y, z and c and find out the decimal equivalent. For this particular cell, for this cell, what is the x value? X value is 0. What is the y and z value? It is 1 and 1. What is 0, 1, 1 equivalent to 3? Hence it is M3. And why this is 2? X value is 0. Y value is 1, Z value is 0. So the decimal equivalent is 2. Hence this is M2. Likewise, that is how we have written the min terms expression here. So this min term is M4, M5, M6 and M7. So this will come by practice. Okay, and when you do multiple number of times, you will also do it very fastly. Okay, so these are the min terms. So our min terms, M0 is 1, M2 is 1, M5 is 1 and rest all min terms are 0. So how do you write the Boolean expression for this? M0 corresponds to what? M0 corresponds to X0, Y0 and Z0. So it is X bar, Y bar, Z bar, X bar, Y bar, Z bar. And this one corresponds to X bar, Y, Z bar, X bar, Y, Z bar. And this one corresponds to X, Y bar, Z, X, Y bar, Z. Now, how do you simplify this? How do you simplify this is, now if you look at the Boolean expression here, you can obviously simplify. You look at these two Boolean expressions, the first two Boolean expression, this and this. What are the common terms? X bar is common and Z bar is common, right? So what is remaining? It is Y bar plus Y is remaining. This is equivalent to just the X bar, Z bar, right? So this is how we do a Boolean simplification. But we are not going to do that. We are going to use K-maps for simplification. What do I mean by that is, now if you look at the entries of 1 here. Where are the entries here? Here there is a 1, here there is a 1, here there is a 1. You can combine this one with this one. I've always said, I said in the last class that you can wrap the last cell with the first cell. Similarly, you can wrap the top cell with the bottom cell. In this particular case, since there are two cells, top and bottom cells are same, so you're wrapping this will result in the same thing. If you have 4 rows, then top row and bottom row can be wrapped. Similarly, first column and last column can be wrapped. If you wrap this, right, this row corresponds to what? This row corresponds to X bar. So you write X bar. And this cell corresponds to what? This cell corresponds to, I'm speaking about this particular cell. Okay, this particular cell. This cell corresponds to 1 0, which means what is 1 0? It is Y Z bar plus this cell corresponds to Y bar Z bar because 0 0. So what is this? X bar multiplied by, when you take Z bar common from this, Y plus Y bar will be 1. So it is just Z bar only, and you got this X bar Z bar. I will tell you more shortcut now. This is 0 0 and 1 0, which means that this 0 and this 1 will cancel out. What is remaining? 0 is remaining in both the cells. So 0 corresponds to Z bar. So I am having a row wise, it is already X bar, and column wise this Y has cancelled out and only Z bar is remaining. So I can write Z bar directly. Right? So as we do more and more problems, still it will get clearer to you. Now let us do another example. Draw K-maps for this function. Please look at the Boolean function. It is a function of x comma y comma z. If it is a function of x comma y comma z, you are having only xy term. Here you don't have x term here. Here you have all different variables, right? So first thing what you should do is first convert these functions to a canonical form. So what is this canonical form? Here x, y, z is missing, right? So we multiply it with z plus z bar. Here what is missing? X is missing. So we multiply it with x plus x bar. Here all 3 variables are there. So we are using x, y, x bar, y bar, z as it is. Now apply distributive property. What you will have? You will have x, y, z. You will have x, y, z bar. Plus again distributive property here. X, y, z bar plus x bar, y, z bar plus x bar, y bar, z. Now you know that these two terms are same. Again, I repeat, if you write A or A, this is equal to A only, right? So similarly here, x, y, z bar plus x, y, z bar is still x, y, z bar. Now let us convert these canonical forms to minterms. What is x, y, z equal to? X, y, z is equal to, it should be 7. There seems to be a mistake, yes. So this corresponds to 7, right? So minterm is 7, M7. What is this one corresponds to? 110. 110 corresponds to M6. And in x bar, y, z bar, this corresponds to 010. So it is M2. 001, this corresponds to M1. So instead of M0, this will be M7. Okay. So our minterms are M7, M6, M2 and M1. There is another shortcut. What is this particular shortcut is? Please listen carefully. Take the first given expression, which is xy, yz bar plus x bar, y bar, z. So I have written it like this. So in case, let me write separately here. What is the expression we are having? we are having xy plus yz bar plus yz bar plus x bar y bar z plus x bar y bar z. Now what you should do here is take this xy separately, right? So xy, what is the left variable? The variable that is left is z, right? So this can be either so the left variable, let me write it in a box here. The left variable is z. It can be z bar also. And the next variable here is x is left here. X is not here, right? So let me write it in a box. X is left. But otherwise, the given variables are y and z bar. Similarly, the last variable corresponds to x bar, y bar, z. Now, xy means what? Xy means 1, 1. So this z can take value, either it can take a value 0 or it can take a value 1. Okay. So either this will be 110 or it can be 111. Coming to the next minterm here, y z bar corresponds to what? 1, 0. X can take two values, so let me write twice 1, 0. The two values my x can take is either it can take 0 or it can take 1. And finally, the third expression, I am having all the literals here. So the literals x bar, y bar, z will be corresponding to 0, 0, 1. Now, what are the minterms equivalent to? The minterms equivalent to are, this corresponds to 6 here, this corresponds to 7, this corresponds to 2, this corresponds to 6, this corresponds to 1. So ignore the repetitive minterms here and write it afresh. What are the minterms? It is m1 plus m2 plus m6. I am not writing it again because m6 plus m6 is still m6 only, plus m7. So these are the minterms, you can write it shortly. Right? So this is another shortcut to identify the minterms from the given Boolean expression. So it got hang. Okay. Now, next step, what you should do here is, okay. Now we have identified the minterms m1, m2, m6 and m7. Now let us make a K-map. You can either make your K-map like this or you can make your K-map like this. What do you mean by that is, with the variables x, y, z, either you can combine x, y or you can combine y, z. So here y, z has been combined, here x, y has been combined. All you need to keep in mind is the minterms must be properly written. Okay. Now if you are drawing your K-map in this way, so what will be the minterms here? This is m1, m2, m4. Please see here, I am writing directly. So no, sorry, the minterms are wrong. So the minterms here is 0, 0, 0 corresponds to 0, right? M0, 1, 3, 2. Please see here, by practice I am writing my minterms quicker and faster. See, both are. I am writing my minterms faster. So 0, 1, 3, 2, 4, 5, 7, 6. Okay, this will come as you keep on doing different K-maps. And if you are using this kind of a K-map, then you must be slightly careful. Then you cannot randomly apply like this. 0, 0, 0 corresponds to M0. 0, 1, 0 corresponds to M2. 1, 1, 0 corresponds to M6. 1, 0, 0 corresponds to M4. So 0, 0, 1 corresponds to M1, M3, M7, M5 likewise. So you create the minterm. After you create a minterm, what are the minterms you are having? You are having M1, right? So you put 1 across 1. It is M2, you put 1 across 2. That is the second, this minterm cell corresponding to 2. Then M6 is 1 and M7 is 1, right? So this is how you fill up the K-map, and still the problem is not solved. You will have to simplify this. I will explain the simplification maybe later, uh, because that requires a larger K-map. And even with a smaller K-map, we can do it. But first, we are learning how to make entries in the K-map. So this is how you make an entry for a 3-variable K-map. Now, quickly, can you do for this expression? It is A bar. Okay. So what is the expression we are having here? It is A bar plus A B bar, A B bar, A B C bar, A B C bar. Let us see how many variables this function is. This part is not given, but however it is understood that this function is a 3-variable Boolean expression, Boolean function. Now, what does A bar means? A bar means 0, correct? Now, how many variables are missing here? 2 variables are missing. So, my 0 can take values either 0 0 it can take, 0 1 it can take, the other two variables can take 0 1 1 0 and 1 1. These are the 4 different combinations my other two variables B and C can take. So I will append the A bar value to this, so this is 0 0 0. Now similarly, the next minterm A B bar corresponds to 1 0. The other variable can be either C or it can be C bar. So it can take either a 0 value or it can take a 1 value. So it is 1 0. I'm copying it again. Here it is all 3 variables are here. So this corresponds to 1 1 0. Now what are the minterm expressions? My minterm expressions are, this corresponds to M0, this corresponds to M1, M2, M3, M4, M5 and M6, right? So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the minterms here. So how do I fill my K-map? I'll fill my K-map, yeah, as I mentioned, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have created a K-map with A, B combined and C as a different variable. So please again note the M terms. This min term is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 0, 1. So that is why you must be careful. You might go wrong. If even a single thing goes wrong, everything will go wrong in digital electronics, like mathematics. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Am I right? 1, 1, 1 is 7. See, I have again, yeah. So this is 7 and this is 6. Am I right? 1, 1. No, no, no. This is 6 and this is 7. This is 6 and this is 7. Okay. Now what are the main terms? M0, I have made an entry across M0. M1, I have made a 1. M2, 1. M3 is 1. M4 is 1. M5 is 1. M6 is 1. Yeah, I don't have M7. So it is 0 here. Right? So this is how you fill the 3-variable K-map. Now let's move on to the 4-variable K-map. So let me draw afresh. It will take some time to draw the K-map, but never mind. So our K-map is this. Okay. Okay. So what are the variables I'm going to use? I'm going to use the variables A, B, C, and D. Okay. I mean, otherwise, as per the notes, I have W, X, Y, Z, but let me use A, B, C, D. So I can split any way as I like. Either I can split as AB and CD, or I can split AD and BC, okay, or I can split AC and BD. Is there any other combination possible? Any combination is possible. All you need to think is the number sequence must be right. The number sequence must be right. So first let us split like this. So what are the variables? I'm going to split it as AB here and CD. Please always use capital letters. I'm purposefully using small letters because in the writing pad it's really difficult for me to use capital letters, right? So hence I'm using small letters, but here I will use highlighted letters. So, or I will use WXY, so that will be easy for me. Right? Yeah, I will use WX and YZ. Let me use. So WX. What are the four different possible combinations? 0, 0, 0, 1, right? So this 0, 0, 0, 1, and please note I cannot have 1, 0 here because there should be a grayscale variation. So it is 1, 1 and then 1, 0. Similarly, across for YZ also it can take value 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1 and 1, 0. Okay. Now let me draw the cells here. This is my first cell. Second cell, sorry, second row and third row. My first column, you will have to draw it. If it is in a board, it would be slightly quicker. Since this is pen and pad. Oh, fine, never mind. Okay, now immediately what we should do is let's write the minterm expressions, minterm values here. So 0, 0, 0, 0 corresponds to M0. Okay, M0. This corresponds to M1, M3 and M2. Please note, if you interchange these variables, then this minterm sequence will also change. M3, 0, 1, 0, 0. So it is M4, M5, M7, M6. And after this, you have to jump to the last row because 1, 0, 0, 0 is M8. So minterm 8 here, M9, M10 here, and M11. If you want, you can verify. 1, 0, 1, 0 was M10. After M11, this is going to be M12, M13, M15, and M14. Right? So these are our minterm entries here. Now you can look here that if you have entries in these two rows, in either of these two rows, if you have ones, and when you combine, this 0 and 1 will cancel each other, and what is that you will get is you will get W bar. Similarly, if you have entries in the row 3 and 4, then this 1 and 0 will cancel and you will have an literal, a common literal W will be there. Similarly, on the other side, if you combine these two rows, then the literal you will be having is, what is the literal you will have? Because W, this 0 and this 1 will cancel out each other. And what will be the literal you will have if you have ones in second and third row? Anyone? Somebody? See, like this, I will stop recording then. If there is no response like this, this is very bad. I will stop recording then.
We have X.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry, I have to take this tough decision because you have not been responsive. I will stop the recording from henceforth. So that will make you at least